we feel about this Hokori draft? Do we feel like they've kind of fixed some of the issues that we saw from their draft in game one? Because it is a very similar draft from Evil Geniuses. But do we feel like Hokori have the answers this time?
Not really, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, I think that if the lanes go horribly, like you said, it's going to be really rough for them. But I'm still feeling a little bit of a lack of damage, right? Like you mentioned that you could come with the supports and you could drop the tombstone and you could potentially kill the Invoker. I'm not even so certain about that. You know, like a Snapfire is probably going to need the Mortimer's Kisses. You're probably going to need the Void Spirit to drop all of his ultimates just to get that kill onto the Invoker, because Undying slowly running at someone doesn't really have as much impact as, you know, some of these other heroes like the Shadow Shaman.
Well, I think kind of what we were... Really, the storyline we were setting in game one was that Hokori, if they can get to the later stages with the Morph into the Shadow Fiend matchup, should be very confident. Do we feel like that is a similar case in this game?
It's always the case with a Morphling, that's the thing. Okay. But it's just getting there, and I'm just not as confident. I'm just as unconfident, if that's even a word, in this game compared to last game.
Oh, Theo, of course, that's not a high ground you want to walk up, my friend. They've got the long raise, and RTZ lines it up for first blood. The Talon is just going to swing on over and yoink away the bounty.
Body blocks.
He will still take a little bit of damage. Fire's going to be on point with the body blocks. Does RTZ continue on? They've got Ignites up surely, and the raises as well.
Nah, he's too
would just be able to get on through, slipping his way past the Ogre, but first blood secured for Evil Geniuses.
Honestly, as Fly as well, you're very happy with being able to get the Battle Hunger onto you. Oh, you're even going to preemptively place down that Sentry Ward, so nice immediate deny of that one there. Well done by Theolacor. But yeah, you want to be the one that's getting hit by this because you've got the 3 mangoes, you've got passive regen, you're an Ogre Magi, for God's sake. So instantly pinging onto Vitaly as well, once again wanting to get aggressive. But
oh no! Dude, the cookies hit him packing.
I thought Arteezy was stuck there. Mostly it's the cliffs that are as undoing, but imagine it. Tree Teasy, yeah, it has a pretty good rig to it.
Tree Teasy, Cliff Teasy. I think anything with kind of the ending in it. Easy's always add some stuff in front of it. It sounds kind of nice. Off to a good start. Again, it's going to be a lane that's shoving in though, so Vitaly's going to have a lot of creeps onto the tower. Wonder if this is going to be a lane that Theolacor can fall back in and make some stacks as well to really help out with the potential early blink timing for Vitaly.
Just wondering how this top side is going to go for Gardic as well. I mean, he's looking to try and do his best at trading with Nightfall and Lumiere just securing the last hits there. The aggressive waveform. Yeah, I don't... This is why I really wanted Crit to be down here on the bottom side, because I feel like Nightfall still has the potential to play around the tree line, not necessarily get a ton of last hits, but still get the experience that he needs to eventually make the rotations back, play a bit more in the jungle, because really what you're playing for is your level 6, and I don't feel like the kill threat was there for Gardic and Lumiere. So if Crit instead was down on the bottom side, then maybe you get that kill onto the axe, you know?
And if you can slow down the Axe's lane, then again, incredibly important. We've spoken about his kind of role in this game for Hokori. So it's off to a decent start at the moment. His counterpart in the off lane, Nightfall, off to an okay start as well. The fact that he just has the creep wave right next to his tower is really going to help out here for the Broodmother. Doing a really good job with the kind of the creep maintenance from Evil Geniuses. And again, come to expect it. This is a team that if you're looking to better your lanes and looking to improve, you definitely watch some of these players.
Even just the little things that they did there in the lane. Oh,
top lane.
Yeah.
Gardic might be in some trouble. Had the shock not enough to be able to blow him up. Even had a fairy fight if required.
Even just the little thing that they did there with the flag bearer creep. Obviously, you look to prioritize every deny if you can, but there were even pings on the map by Nightfall saying, Crit, we got to get rid of this flag bearer creep. It's going to give them too much net worth. You're going to give Gardic a little bit more of that mana regen. He's got the 2 mangoes coming out to him anyway, but you just want to prevent that. You want to give Nightfall the freest game possible. Even considering... Oh.
They're going to go for it. Lumiere looks to be a little bit hesitant to follow up. Trying to put himself in a position where he can block off the escape and the waveform over the tree line. We'll get him on top of the Shadow Shaman, and looks like Gardic's now going to go deny himself as well. So nice sequence of events there for Hokori. Can now come back and bring some items for Lumiere. Bottom lane. Shadow Fiend is going to be able to help out. Vitaly does close the distance with the call, but the spins are not enough as Fly is on point with the body blocks as well. So Arteezy will be able to step out of danger.
Trying to play as close as they can too. I was talking about flag bearer creeps before their own. Just gives that nice little 3 passive health regen. So every little bit helps for Arteezy as he gets given the shared tango over from Fly. TP from Hokori to the mid lane, helping refill Analog's mana. He gets the water rune as well, so full. See that
leaves Vitaly alone though. Sunstrike on the mark from gets a kill onto Lumiere, and meanwhile bottom lane Vitaly, he goes down as well. So great read from Evil Geniuses. They saw that Theolacor left the lane, went to refill the bottle mid for Analog, and put the Axe in a vulnerable position. And Evil Geniuses that
solo as well. They're going to go for another kill.
But they will. Crit shackles out. Nightfall easily starts to rack up the damage. As Lumiere is going to be a little bit too late to turn it around and get his own damage into crit.
Don't you love the gauntlet slap?
I wish you got something out of it though if you win.
That's true. Oh, Sunstrike top side. They're going to get nearly another pick off onto Lumiere. If he just got one extra right click there on crit, maybe that would have been enough, but quite the case with Lumiere. You just aggressive movement forward. I mean, he is a Morphling. He is level 3, so he feels confident enough to be able to get that attribute shift off without the Sunstrike being available.
Right, you really need to now start to getting some movements coming out from the Void Spirit, and with the power runes coming up shortly, you can enable this. Almost got the level 6 as well from Analog. Supports need to try and secure with the runes, but again, with the side lanes having a bit more of a difficult time, he's going to struggle with doing so, because top lane, again, Evil Geniuses are making another attempt, but Lumiere quick on the fingers to get the attribute shift before crit was in with the shackles.
Yeah, nice use of the sentry ward there. They were setting up for that next kill onto crit to potentially get that lockdown from the tree line. Instead, going to get the D-ward off. Nice little bit of valuable experience. I mean, every little bit counts. Bringing that Morphling closer to the odd levels just increases his survivability tenfold.
Analog might be in some trouble. Sunstrike, no way. Oh, is he going to tick out though? Strength treads and the ignite's not going to be enough damage. A regen spawns down bottom and Arbed is laughing.
It's fine. He got 2 value roots to play with for Analog. He'll be just fine as he actually might make a move up top. He's going to have the 1 Astral Step charge available. Nah, ends up backing off instead. Oh, never mind. Maybe he's still going top.
Potentially sees a free kill in crit.
Yeah. But crit, he's looking for kills too. Sunstrike available once again. There we go.
They're gonna
got it. 3-1.
Look at the opening. Analog's now gonna finally move back top. Guardian at least drops the tombstone before they get the kill. ET will turn their attention to try and deal with the building. They're able to bring it down, but the roll has provided with that. Being able to secure at least the 1-for-1 trade.
I mean, Nightfall's happy enough with that though. All he cares about is that early farm. All he cares about is the early gold that he's able to get, as we can see, like he has in previous games, going into the early Vlads, just wanting to essentially seal off an area of the map, prevent Hokori from being able to farm, and we know that's what a Morphling needs. You need to open up that map as much as possible, and with the Spiderlings pushing in, pressuring you up, you're not going to have that freedom.
We're even going to TP down crit as well. Looking to slow down Vitaly's game.
Another stun's coming through. Sunstrike about to be used, but Vitaly in the tree line might be able to get away. Never mind.
Not the case. Crit will find him, just waiting for the Sunstrike and waiting for the extra damage as Arteezy off to an incredible start. Already 1 component with the Mask of Madness. 8 kills for Evil Geniuses.
Very skillful animation cancel there by Arteezy, ensuring that he gets the kill. You know, most of the time when you're Invoker, that's what you're holding out for. And as soon as the Spiderlings come out, it's, we're having a bit of issues with the controls, and I think we're about to see the old Spiderling spread throughout the minimap. Just getting some control groups coming out here, and yeah, here we go. Kind of similar to what we had from the Beastmaster, just providing so much additional vision all throughout the map.
Power Rune's very important if Analog can pick it up, but Crit is going to move on over to stop the Void Spirits in its tracks, and now they'll get a kill as well to reward themselves as Gardic is going to try and move into the middle, but again, Evil Genius is the priority on dealing with the Tombstone instantly, but Analog, he's still playing the wings as well, finds an opening to jump in, blowing up Crit, but he doesn't have enough resources to go in for another kill, so they're going to leave Gardic on an island. When they the Remnant chucked out will not buy him enough time, as the cold snap and the right click damage is enough for Abed to secure his second kill of the game.
But now this top side of the map is so scary to be able to play on if you're on Hokori. You've got Vitaly, who's made his move up here with the Vanguard, so if there's anyone that's going to be able to do it, it's him. Just trying to keep these creep waves cut, prevent Nightfall from taking away that tier 1 tower, and again, doing the job of slowing down the game for the Morphling.
Bounty.
They find it, he's Agimorphed.
Yeah, and poor old Lumiere. It's a tough showing here for the Morphling.
I like this reaction from EG though. I mean, they see that this Axe has moved up top. They know that he TP'd there. They know there's no reaction that's about to come from him. And you're not going to be able to get kills up on this top side. You just don't have the damage output. So what do? They go down bot instead. And, well, they're going to get another kill onto the Undying as well. Like, this is just ballooning out of control right now.
And look, just hoping he can get a freebie, but Evil Genius is making sure they all group up. Or
Might not be the Broodmother that gets the tower kills. Arteezy could even look to prioritize it on the bottom side of the map, but he's happy enough to just shove that lane underneath the tower.
Dude, look at this.
Yep.
Crits everywhere, man. Where is he not? Oh my god. Now Nightfall's here as well.
That's where he's not. I'm a little unhappy about that.
How is your fantasy looking after day 1?
Rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. I won't say who's in it, but
oh, dude, throw them under the bin.
No,
Come
never.
On.
I would never do that to a player.
You went for the 3 gamers, right? I mean, come on, you are a nerd. I have to expect you to go for the people who was playing 3 series.
I won't say who's in it, but
oh, dude, throw them under the bin.
No,
Come
never.
On.
I would never do that to a player.
You went for the 3 gamers, right? I mean, come on, you are a nerd. I have to expect you to go for the people who was playing 3 series.
Yes, I did.
Okay, good. So now we just have to look at the people that played 3 series and had a rough showing in day 1. There's Vitaly. Chase under the tower. I mean, Axe is going to be a difficult man to kill. He's got phase boots coming out, but you know who is not difficult to kill at all is Gardic, especially with his on-strike once again. What an ideal day for an X-Sword Invoker. And he might have another opening here, but the only thing holding them back is this on-strike cooldown. Now with the Mortimer Kisses though, Crit, Artillery is getting rained straight on the heads of the Shadow Shaman. They even have Analog starting to TP into the area as well, so the extra damage might catch Nightfall off guard. They're going to be off with the 8th Remnant. Another jump on forward, and Nightfall is well and truly okay. Fly's going to act as a bodyguard just in case they go on for more. And meanwhile, mid lane, Abed gets another kill onto Gardic. Back-to-back kills onto the Undying and the Tombstone as well.
And pushing the tower. And keeping these Forge Spirits alive, and keeping the Siege Creep alive, and forcing a rotation back, and...
Midas about to be on cooldown.
Oh, well.
That's disappointing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is way too long, actually. Come on, you're 6-0-4. We have to critique something. Come on.
Pathetic, Abed, honestly.
There we go. Only 10 seconds. Probably with it being up and not used. It's okay. Yeah, there's things we can all improve on.
They found out Lumiere. Oh, he's used his waveform as well. If they can look to try and find someone. Seems like Crit might look to put down some vision, although they've already got some to play with. Might look to try and catch him on the retreat with Arteezy bullying him out of the lane, and then full setup into another Sunstrike from Abed could be the play here. Now look at this. They're scouting it out. Lumiere, does he want to come back? He's thinking about it. Or maybe just one more wave, says Lumiere. That's always the question you got to be asking yourself. Where is the enemy pos for? Lumiere's not taken the bait. So, good presence of mind. Cast a curse. Here we go. He's now making his move, but Crit started to move away.
Fortunes change.
Where do you farm if you're Hokori? You got a Broodmother inside your jungle. Got a random Shadow Shaman just playing at your triangle, hoping for pickoffs. They're trying to bring 3 heroes for Nightfall, but they might not even get him. Drag back so close to the call AoE, but not close enough. A great cookie play will get Analog at least on the higher ground, but Nightfall can instantly walk up. Wants a high five as well. Well, looks like Analog's not feeling friendly this game.
Oof. It's looking rough, that's for sure. Pretty equivalent kill score to what we saw last game. What was it, 15 and 3 last game? Just add a 1 to that for game 2 as Vitaly, he gets jumped on the top side as well. Gonna try and dissuade with the Mortimer's Kisses, and well, they're reading the Sunstrikes. All right, bits of improvement coming through from Hokori. This is what we want to see.
I think he went for the style points there on Arbed. One of the Sunstrike instead of the Meatball. All right, if he runs into it, you know, we're looking like a god gamer at the moment. We're 6-0 and 5. Sunstrikes have been looking good. The travel already completed. Yeah, well, it's on cooldown at the moment, so it's not too bad. If you make one mistake, it's okay. We let it go. Arteezy just pump faking Requiem. But look how far away Arteezy is from anyone else, and now Crit will join. Not at all. Sunstrikes there. Let's see if they're going to be able to blow up Arteezy. Without the Mortimer Kisses, they'll be lacking the damage. Maybe with Lumia waveforming into the middle, but Arteezy finds an opening for the Requiem, and it's going to send them instantly packing. The Fear preventing the attribute shift. Gardic will even try and buy back as well, but there was no potential for the Undying to influence that team fight. They're not even done as well as Arbin and Flyer moving over towards the T2 tower.
They fortified just for the multi-shot, man, just to try and keep him away. Surely you don't land another Sunstrike onto it. Come on, go for it, Arbin. It's nearly maxed out.
We went for it. Where do you use it?
There.
Okay.
See ya later, Theolacor as well. They actually do make a bit of a move onto him with the cold snap. They laid down the Seeds of Serenity. Might be enough, but not enough to be able to stop Arteezy from coming in with that last hit there. I mean, they went for the big play, right? Lumiere joined the team fight. He morphed into the Shadow Fiend, but he was only able to get that one raise off and not burst him down before the Requiem of Souls came out. So I appreciate the fact that they're going for the plays to potentially bring them back into this game, because they know how much of a disaster that early game in the laning stage went for them. Here we go, we get another replay of it. The pincer move coming for Gardic. Most of the time, the early game is the domain of these strong supports like the Undying. Instead, he gets picked off before he's able to use any of those key abilities. You see the Replicate come in there, but it's just not enough damage. The single raise, not enough to be able to bring down Arteezy before all of that damage comes through, and it just makes it go from bad to worse.
It is a real throwback seeing Arteezy on the Shadow Fiend. A nice treat. Getting to see him on a hero that, you know, we saw in a different roster, Secret, with pulling it out in the mid lane instead. Now
don't remind me of the Secret Arteezy didn't end up too well, especially at TI.
No, it did not, unfortunately. Well, his your previous team, Evil Geniuses, had very good showings at TI, but yeah, maybe now with the Shadow Fiend being so popular, I mean, we're seeing top of the net worth, 4-0 and 6. You can first pick the Shadow Fiend, and Arteezy and his team can play incredibly well around it. So it's good seeing him back on a hero that, you know, we haven't seen him play in quite some time.
It is indeed. It's also good to see Nightfall really repaying the faith as well. A lot of people were clowning on some of his showings, and well, this Broodmother, he knows that he's got this opening to be able to push this top tower because they took the tier 2, and if you're looking to use the glyph, again, you're not going to have anything to be able to defend that high ground. Not exactly like Hokori has amazing high ground defense either. At least they've got the Blink Dagger to be play around on the axe, but it still feels like they are kind of lacking in damage without the Mortimer's Kisses being available.
Oh, look at this. Crit. A jump in just inside the base. They have 0 cares in the world, Evil Geniuses, and I do not blame them with 11,000 net worth lead.
Oh,
maybe the turnaround's going to be there, though, from Analog. Look at the AoE damage coming up from the Mortimer Kisses as well. They've got time now to deal with the Wraith back. Let's see if they can set themselves up for the second round, however, with the Aegis respawn. Teasy can back himself out. EG will be fine, and all they lose is crit.
They get a kill, though. Very important to be able to claim that one. Of course, comes at the cost of another death onto the axe. 0, 4, and 0. Still going to be quite some time until he gets that blade mail to address some of the damage deficiencies that they've got. Yeah, they're pinging out. They're trying to scout out, trying to predict where Arbed wants to farm. The man has been scaling far too long. Godlike streak so far. But if they're able to get a pick off here, again, without the Mortimer's Kisses, I don't know if you're going to be able to do it. It's going to be off the back of Lumiere perhaps showing, but it's too juicy of a creep wave on this bottom side of the map for him to pass up, so he's just going to need to retreat back to that. And yeah, once
meanwhile,
again,
mid lane.
now,
Crit, he's been able to run into Analog, just the instant Hex. Shackles an easy follow-up once again. Evil Genius is always in position to be able to capitalize on Crit's opening.
yeah. You're not killing anyone without Analog or without Lumiere, and Lumiere still has this farm that he's going for. Not even going for the mana style this game, just a efficient item like the Dragon Lance straight into the Aghanim Scepter. This though, Mass Serpent Wards drop top, Spider not even there just yet, and no glyph to be able to play with on Hokori. It's going to be refreshed, but I think this is just delaying the inevitable. We already have the 15 to 20 minute game secured. I believe it was by secret earlier in the tournament, so we're not going to be breaking any kind of records here, but this seems like EG have got it in the bag.
Where did you put your prediction for the shortest game?
I was in that bracket. Happy with
Very
that.
nice. So
Ahmed finds another pickoff.
And he does. Vitali in a whole world of trouble. Even Arteezy's like, oh, you know, I'll come to get involved as well. Let's boost up the KDA a little bit before this one's done.
Start putting some EG players in my fantasy. That's for sure. They're performing at a
You
really
might have
good level.
to. Everyone showing up for these boys. A great start to TI it's been.
Lumiere's still going to be a little bit short of the Aghanim Scepter, even if he sells that magic stick in the branches that he's got in his backpack. Might be forced to sell the Wraith Band. Yeah, and he does. He knows that this is the last-ditch attempt. Can you catch out the Shadow Fiend? Can you look to take away a big part of that? I mean, this is it. They use the glyph. If they lose this fight, they've got no defenses left. So just wanting to take away some of that vision. Analog needs to go in and try and blow someone up. So close to his Ags, though. They want to be able to wait. You just can't, though. EG aren't going to give you that window.
Just making sure they don't clump up. You get a one-man call, that's not the worst. Especially with the survivability they have. Mech on Ogre, you got the Pipe and the Wraith Pact as well on to Nightfall. You're going to still play this one a little bit more safe here on Evil Geniuses. Not going to force the high ground.
It's really going to benefit Hokori, though.
Mm-hmm.
You TP back, you finish up the Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, it's only, you know, the level 1 Astral Step, so the damage isn't that huge, but now you've got silences. Now you've got ways to be able to get onto, let's say, Crit or Abed and be able to chain lock them down. It's going to need to be the perfect team fight, though, from Hokori. Full wraparound. Can they find someone key? Arteezy standing there. I mean, this is great reads coming through from him, man.
That it is. The full wraparound.
They didn't see. They know.
Oh, they get the jump in. Abed off to the left side if he needs to follow up. Not required, though. So they're just going to look to move mid instead, instantly trying to force Hokori back.
Yep, and it gives them so much information. They don't go for that play unless they've hit some sort of timing, so I'm sure that EG are going to look to position themselves in the lane much more efficiently so that not multiple people are getting silenced. You can see Abed playing way back with his Blink Dagger, not giving any chances of Hokori to come back into this. This is discipline. This is strong late game team play that comes off the back of a strong captain, so big credit needs to be given to Fly as well.
And it looks still smoked up at the moment with Gardic nearby at the triangle. So we'll see Fly, but of course not the hero that they want to run into. Ogre is a difficult beast to be able to bring down, and if you make the attempt, the rest of the team all of a sudden could show up. So, like you said, EG just showing the respect, and you know, we've seen in the past that this has been a team that have had some net worth leads, but have sometimes thrown those net worth leads in some very, very important games. So, discipline is there.
Yeah. They're having a lot of fun now. As Arteezy was TPing away there, I think it was Crit that was pinging out the fact that it was an Ogre Bruiser next to Arteezy and just wanting him to not get hit down by the club that would have stunned him and stopped the TP, so made sure that Fly stole the aggro away. There's a lot of laughs going on inside the EG camp right now, and for good reason. They're playing a fantastic brand of Dota and doing their fans proud.
What are they bleeding though? What color is it? Is it? I've seen people say like spearmint, and not
Some
bleeding
people say
blue anymore.
Turquoise, aqua, foam, sea foam. I don't know what it is, man.
Seafoam.
It's not blue. I'll say that.
Dude, what? Who says seafoam? What even is that? What the hell is
The color of
seafoam?
sea foam. Oh, look at the sunstrike, man. It even sees them all clumping up, ready to go for a smoke. They're going to do it anyway because they needed to. They might have double smoked, actually. And now with the spiders put up onto the high ground during daytime, they see that no one's there. They're going for a smoke, and they just look to clump up around the vision. Crit's there with his blink dagger, so it's going to require a huge wraparound. So good little responses coming through from Hokori to exactly what EG are looking to expect for them. Yeah.
Ooh, Lumiere. Gotta be cautious. The rest of the team, though. Smoke's gonna pop as well. Vitaly gets a jump.
All right.
Onto Arteezy. That's a great start. Can they get anything more out of it?
Lumiere,
Hokori, because the right side, they're onto Lumiere. Shackles in the Sunstrike, getting rid of the Morphling. They've also caught out Arbed, though. They're going to try and move their attention to Nightfall. And it looks in a little bit of trouble at the moment, even without the cause. Nightfall, here's the one that still can start to rack up the damage if the Spiderlings are nearby. They don't have a response to the insects. Triple kill for Nightfall, and now we can even look to go for the Snapfire as well, but a TP out will not even keep Theo LaCour alive. What a great start for Hokori in that team fight, but it just shows how far behind they are.
Actually, spiders are not insects. Insects have 6 legs. But yeah, no, a great job coming through there. Being able to find out Arteezy, the main damage source. Of course, it sucks for Hokori that Lumiere was caught off onto the side. Another great pick off by Crit, playing underneath the vision. And yeah, well, enough said about Nightfall. Even without that Aghanim Shard, really ramping up the damage. And he's even going to become even more of a 1v1 menace as soon as he picks up that Scythe of Ice. It's getting pretty damn close too. Another game where he might be ending top of the net worth from the off lane.
This is really scary now on how some teams are going to be dressing Nightfall as heroes. I mean, you were saying in the draft that they're just doing an incredible job from EG to enable him. We saw game 1, his Beastmaster was a big reason why they were able to have success, and well, game 2 is no different with his Broodmother.
No, indeed. I mean, you just need to address push. You can't address a specific hero, right? Because he's got so many that he can play, and you've only got 2 bans in the first phase, and then there's heroes like Shadow Fiend and Marcy that you're going to have to deal with as well. Arbed
might just look for a solo kill into Theo LaCour. Tucks out the stray Orchid and looks to blink away. Doesn't want to put himself too far in a position where Hokori can maybe find an opening in. So still 17,000 net worth lead, and EG once again playing some disciplined Dota, just waiting for this next Roche to spawn. We'll be up in a couple of minutes. And I guess I think we saw their series versus, well, one game in particular versus OG where it was like 19-3 kill count, something crazy. I mean, it was a ridiculous game, and somehow that game, it got pushed to the later stages. Sorry, EG versus LGD. I think I said OG. Apologies.
Yeah. It was 17-0 at one point.
Yeah.
And
that game,
50 minutes?
Exactly. Like, so they're like, all right, we'll make sure we don't have a repeat of that. Like, let's continue to play this one a little bit safe, wait for second Roche, get the Aegis, get the Ag Shard. We don't want to give that opportunity for Hokori, because again, this is a team that they've tied every single series. And apparently that's the trend for them. Arbed, aggressive Boots of Travel TP down bottom. Gonna be able to cancel the TPs at the moment. Turns to blow out Theo LaCour in an easy 1-2 punch with even Arteezy stepping in.
They do get away though on Analog, and well, he might need to deal with this mid lane because of course the super creeps already exist there, but considering like, do they go for some sort of smoke play? And that's the downside, right? They used the double smoke when they went for that recent attempt. At least they'll be able to get back out into the jungle, get a few D-wards off, and enable Lumiere to potentially continue to scale. I'm sure they would have loved to be able to go for a smoke play, wrap it around, get a pick off there, but last chance might be this final tier 3 tower on the bottom side of the map. It's up against an Aegis timing though on Arteezy. He's got that Moon Shard once again. Not quite yet level 18, but he doesn't matter. He's very rare that he's using the Requiem for anything other than just the fear duration. The damage seems like secondary to him.
Good luck dealing with the siege. Hokori will make the attempt with the initial jump in. A lot of damage, but Arteezy just turns BKB, stands his ground. Good luck killing this man. Well, they will not be able to, as even a Requiem's going to be casted as well. Provides a space to be able to address the Tombstone issue, and now they can reset the positioning if required on EG.
Just keep the buffs up onto RTZ. Bloodlust consistently, he's even got...
Oh, Crit, what was that reaction? Instant X to prevent the claw. They still get the kill, but on the low ground, Lumi is caught out as well. A double tornado from Arbed lines it up perfectly, and the G is a drop. See some individual brilliance at the end coming through from EG, but really the important thing was just the teamwork for them. An incredibly dominant game 2, but also just a dominant game series for them as well.
It was indeed. I mean, Evil Geniuses, from start to finish, a lot of people will still be saying Nightfall should grab the MVP, and I can see why, but to me, a lot of that game was just enabled by Crit. His movements around the map were phenomenal. How many assists did he have? 18 assists.
20. Or 18, sorry, I'm looking at Fly. My
You
bad.
were looking at Fly. Well, maybe Fly should get the MVP, you know? That's all